Hi, it's Kamel. So in this video, I'm going to tell you guys how I do my thumbnails, or tell you how I do my thumbnails. Did I get you with the loading? But pause the video. So I just want to say how my two little front pieces are uneven in different sizes. Yeah, I know, that bothers me too. Or I don't know if it bothers you, but it bothers me. But anyway, back to the video. For thumbnails, I recommend going through YouTube, as you are sitting and watching YouTube videos, pay attention to the different thumbnails, the different formats for thumbnails, and just different things that people put into their thumbnails. Maybe you like the way this person did this for their thumbnail, maybe you like the way that person did that for their thumbnail, and just combine it together to create your own little thumbnail. For me, I like multiple pictures for my thumbnails instead of one picture for my thumbnails. I don't know, I like multiple pictures. I just like the way that looks better than just the one picture thumbnails and adding just little pictures within that thumbnail. So for thumbnails, I really be forgetting about thumbnails. I forget about thumbnails until I've done filmed the whole video, until I done edited the whole video, and it's like, oh darn, I forgot to do a thumbnail. So for my thumbnails, I really just go through and screenshot parts of my video that I want to be in my thumbnails. They say you should take a picture for your thumbnails because they'll look better, but I just forget to do my thumbnails, so I'll go through the video after I've done edited it and stuff like that and just screenshot parts of the video that I want to be in my thumbnails. Then I'll go through and edit the pictures and put them together to be a thumbnail. I'll go into PicsArt and I'll go to colored backgrounds and choose the white background. Then I'll go to tools, crop, and then choose 16:9 because that is the size for your thumbnails as well as that is the size for the YouTube videos. And then I'll go through and upload each picture from my thumbnails, or however many pictures. I'll choose 3 to 4 for my thumbnails pictures because that's how much will fit without it looking too much. You don't want your thumbnails to be too busy. You want it just to be straight to the point. Wait, I should have been off to the side. So should I refilm it? I don't refilm it. I feel like that was good. I'm not gonna refilm it. Anyways. So I'll go through and upload each part of the picture, each picture for my thumbnails, and then I'll arrange the pictures of how I want them to be in my thumbnails. Usually that is side by side, you know, columns, pictures, columns for the pictures, stuff like that. And yeah, so then after I've done that, I go through and edit each picture, adjust the brightness, the highlights, the shadows, things like that. The contrast. I don't do much editing to my pictures. I'll really just adjust the brightness if need be. The contrast, just to make it a bit more appealing to the eye. Highlights, shadows, just to kind of brighten up the picture a little bit and just bring other little things out into the picture. Sometimes I'll go through and blur the background of a picture if need be. But for the most part, I don't really do much editing to the pictures of the thumbnail. It's just really how they are. Basically the base of my thumbnails. So now I'll go through and add text. I don't add text through the PicsArt app. I'll go to Canva to add text because I feel like Canva has more fonts than PicsArt, and plus for PicsArt to get a bit more, they don't really have much of a font variety. So I'll go to Canva for more fonts. Plus Canva has more fonts for the free version instead of the pro version. So I'll do that. For my thumbnail fonts, I try to do the same fonts for each thumbnail just to keep it cohesive and not really just different each time. You really want your thumbnails to be cohesive and not really just a different thumbnail each time. I mean, you can do that if you want to, but I want it to be cohesive and the same. With the Canva fonts, there's not really much options for the effects of the fonts. By that I mean the shadowing, the outlining of the fonts and things like that, so you kind of have to work around that. But for the most part, I use Canva for the fonts. And then after I'm done doing the text for the thumbnail, putting the words and stuff like that, arranging it on the thumbnail, then my thumbnail is done. So that is basically how I do my thumbnails. Really simple. I feel like I've gotten better with my thumbnails over time. Of course, you will get better with your thumbnails over time in your YouTube journey. You will get better with your thumbnails over time, your editing over time, your videos over time. It just takes time, and it's all part of your journey of doing YouTube. That is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. See ya.